Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today um I want to talk about the fact that like it might have happened, man. Like I might have crossed the line this weekend when it comes to PC gaming. I might have crossed over, and I want to talk about this for a minute because I've been a console gamer since I was 5 years old. For like what is that? 38 years, man. 38 years I've been a console gamer, and I've been excited about being a console gamer, and I have 100% bought every single console that's come out. I've played so many freaking games over my lifetime that console is just a big part of who I am, and my personality as a person. Console gaming and video gaming have been such a driving force in my life that it's like I'm not me without video games. And this weekend, after getting this LG TV and having this new, this new build, this higher end PC and stuff, and like really experiencing a lot of the games that I've been playing, like some of the older games that I still have that I've picked up on Steam along the way. Uh, I've come to realize that yeah, both of them can obviously coexist, like consoles, PC. They definitely serve different tastes in video games, different different situations where you might not be able to get a PC, you might not care to get a PC. Honestly, if it wasn't for this channel, I would have never even thought about getting a PC. To be completely honest with you, I would. I mean, like I'd probably I'd talked about it, but just the thought of like mouse and keyboard had always been like, nah, and I ain't playing that. That's stupid, man. That's for nerds or whatever, And now here I am sitting here and like 64 videos later talking about PC like almost every single day for the last month. Um, it's it's uh it's really nice, man. It's really nice to be in this situation to where I'm like actually not questioning my loyalty to console, but actually like stepping back and seeing the bigger picture and seeing that there's a much bigger world out there when it comes to gaming, that like in the console space, like we're not able to see that. We're not able to reach out there. And this console generation is the first console generation that we've actually been able to get kind of a taste of what the PC offers. And I'll tell you what, man, like the 30 series cards and last generation, graphics cards, I mean, those consoles were nipping at their heels, man. I mean, like 3070 power, 3060 power, 3080 power. I mean, like these consoles were kind of nipping at their heels, enough to convince the PlayStation fanboys that their graphics cards were, I mean, that their PS5s were better than the 3090. I mean, the madness. I mean, these consoles have done a very good job at blurring the line at least a little bit. But after getting this 7900 XT and building this PC, getting this LG TV, I am now truly at a point where I feel like I'm really experiencing what 4K gaming is. And like you guys have heard me for the last 2 years now, like going on and on and on, banging on about 1440p. Oh man, I finally am getting that experience on the 4K TV because I can set some of these games at 6K and downsample to 4K, and it's giving me that image that I was getting on the 1440p monitor. I'm getting that and I'm seeing that and I'm like, whoa, this is actually freaking cool. Now I can't do that with every game. Obviously, there are some games out there that are so heavy that like they barely run at 4K over 60 frames a second. Like there are those out there that are barely doing that, and there's gonna be more of them. There's definitely gonna be more of those coming along shortly. They're gonna be like, hey man, your 7900 XT is not gonna be that great. But I'm to a point now where I could honestly see myself, next generation probably not picking up the consoles. I don't know, man. Like, and that kind of like worries me a little bit. Though I'm like really asking myself, like, could you really leave console gaming and just focus on PC? And then when I think about it, I'm like, no, man, never, never. I could never do that. And I'm like, my gosh, man, after what I've seen this weekend and what I've experienced this weekend, I'm like, dude, I don't have to sit there on Twitter anymore hitting up the developers begging for an Xbox Series X upgrade for my game anymore. I could just buy it on PC and I can get the full shebang, because what are we mostly complaining about when we got a game on the consoles? We're like, hey man, gonna get a resolution boost or better textures or better all everything that comes with the PC version from day one. Like you get it. Like you don't have to beg for it. You get it. You get to experience that game at its peak. If you've got the hardware to do it, like you can do that. And because I'm one of them people that were always doing that. Like I'm always doing that. I'm always asking the developers for an Xbox Series X upgrade or something like that. And playing Assassin's Creed Unity tonight, 4K max settings, running around looking at that game, and I'm like, dang, this game is absolutely freaking beautiful. And being able to, go back and play older games like Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, having that thing at 4K over 120 frames a second, or looking at Splinter Cell maxed out at 6K, like these experiences that I'm having and being able to like see these games absolutely maxed out at like really high frame rates so they just feel incredible. I'm thinking to myself like, dang man, do I continue to be like a console gamer, or do I just kind of accept the fact that I've grown that I've grown out of it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like that's one of those questions right now that I'm struggling with as I go forward, with gaming and stuff. All of my sim racing games, absolutely incredible on PC. High frame rate, beautiful freaking visuals. They feel good. I mean, you get into like Forza Horizon 5 at like 165 frames at 1440p or like 4K 120, and you're just driving around and it just feels so incredibly smooth and you're just like, wow, man, this is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And then to think that like these consoles when they came out, they told us, like, hey man, 4K 120, um, 60 frames a second, higher fidelity visuals, faster loading times, all of this stuff that like now we're starting to see those games hit sub 30 frames per second. We're starting to see those games hit sub 1080p. Um, it's it's one of those things where like I it's I'm just a little bit tired of being let down all the time because I just want to see like the absolute, like I want to see these games look beautiful. I want to see them run well. I want to see all of the things that like we're told we're going to get out of these consoles. And then I don't know, man. Like I just finished playing, like what? I'm playing, a few games right now. I'm just playing a few games right now and like seeing these games and like seeing the console wars and seeing all the nonsense out there, with people like fighting each other over like 30 frames a second, or people like Kid Smooth saying that they think Apple should buy Xbox, and just all of the nonsense that's going on out there, all of the hate and fear mongering and just everything that like these guys are bringing to the table because they just can't accept the fact that these are consoles. They are consoles, man. And that's what you're going to get from them. If you want a bigger, better, bolder experience, like you're going to have to go PC. Like you're just going to have to go PC. The the sheer madness that's going on out there right now with this console war stuff, man. Like I get it. Like these consoles are easily the most powerful things that we've ever had at launch. Easily. They they can do things that other consoles that we've had before just weren't capable of doing, you know, out of the gate. But like how long have we been waiting for the tools on Xbox games? You know, how long, you know, I mean, like PlayStation, like like selling us PS4 games and saying that, oh yeah, these would only run on a PS5, and then come to find out that you could have easily ran that on a PS4. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like I don't mind the consoles, but I have to start looking at the consoles for what they are. I have to. I have to start seeing them for what they are, so that we can actually be happy and like start playing games again. Like I have to. We have to start seeing these consoles for what they are. Like $500 for the Xbox Series X and PS5. I do think that's a pretty fair price for those. I do feel like I do feel like there's going to be some amazing games on there that are going to look and play amazing, but then I feel like there's going to be some whoppers on there too that are going to be like, yeah, man, 1080p is the best we could do at 45 frames a second. And it's going to be one of those things where like you better hope your TV has a really good upscaler or you're going to have not a great experience playing some of these games. And the Series S, like that one's completely out of the thing. That is designed actually to be an entry level home console. So most people that are buying these are buying them for their kids, you know, like maybe they are buying them for like a spare TV or something like that. You should understand and expect that, like, look, man, 1080p at 30 frames a second might be what you're going to get out of that, and as long as you're getting that or close to that, I think you should be. I think that'll be all right. But when it comes to like the Series X and the PS5, I don't necessarily think they were overhyped, but I do think that they were hyped up not knowing exactly what, you know, like next gen games were going to run like or what they were going to look like. And I think that the developers, once they got a hold of like some of this technology and they're like, look, man, we could push this and we could push this, and they started pushing like things that like made their games better. Because if you really think about it, if you sit down and you play Forspoken, I know you guys don't like Forspoken, whatever, I think it's an incredible game, but if you sit down and play Forspoken and for what it is, for the traversal, for the combat, for all of that, that there is better than than most of the other games we've ever had before. When you play Final Fantasy 16, I know, blah blah blah. When you play Final Fantasy 16 and you get into that combat and just how good everything feels and lines up, and just the, you know, the quality of like the visuals and stuff, it really, and I can say quality of visuals because I did play it on my 1440p monitor, so it looked absolutely incredible in the quality mode the whole freaking time. It was stunning. There was so much stuff in there that we've just absolutely never seen before. But if you were playing that on a 4K TV or something, yeah, dude, it was not gonna look as good as it looked for me. Like it looked incredible for me. If we were able to see that game at 4K at 60 frames a second, oh my gosh, that game would absolutely blow your freaking socks off easily. So it's like I've noticed in some of these newer games that are coming out, like Remnant 2, absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful when you're playing it on PC maxed out. Like it's absolutely beautiful, and it looks damn good on the Xbox Series X and Series S. Like it looks really good, and it plays really really decently. So it's like one of those things where I kind of look at my PC as an extension of my Xbox. I do. Like, I feel like the PC is like, if you're an Xbox gamer, I kind of just feel like PC is the next step forward if you want like a mid gen refresh or you want to be able to really push things and really max things out. I do kind of feel like the PC is the next best thing. And I mean, it's kind of weird, man. But I mean, like, when I look at my new PC, you know, compared to my Xbox, like, dude, these are pretty cool, man. Like you can make your PC pretty custom to what you want and make it look good, make it fit in, make it you have a lot of customizability options for building your PC. Like you do. You can go buy a pre-built whatever, or you can buy one and build it and put it together yourself, and be prideful of that. And I think that has a lot to do with it too. Building my own PC and getting everything up and running, and putting it together and building it out. That I think that definitely helped too. I mean, like, I'll never turn my back on consoles, man. Like I said, I've been a console gamer since I was five. Since I was five, and making that change from a console player over to a PC gamer and stuff. That's kind of hard, man. It is a little bit hard. It's a little bit it doesn't give me anxiety. It just kind of makes me feel like, oh man, like, are you sure you want to give that up? But I'm never going to give it up. Like, I'm not going to give up my console games. I'm going to keep those. Obviously, I'm going to keep my Xbox. I'm going to keep my PlayStation 5. If mid-gen refreshes come out, I'll probably buy those too, because I mean, I'll probably go more toward like the tech side of things, and just, instead of engaging in like console war nonsense and stuff, just cover everything, like, oh man, this is cool, and like talk about, like, kind of like I've been covering, like the Xbox games, the PC games, the PlayStation games. I'll just cover things, like I have been, and just try to be pretty open about it. Like, see, here's my plan. Like, I will be buying, I think, for games that I really, really care about and I really, really like, I will buy the two copies. I'll buy the Xbox copy. I'll buy the PC copy. PlayStation games, obviously, I'll buy the exclusive for that, whatever. But as I go forward, with this, I'll keep buying the Xbox games, and still buying them on the PC. So I don't think content wise it's going to change much on the channel. We'll still definitely be covering Xbox. We're still definitely more pro Xbox than PlayStation at this point. But as far as like the console war nonsense goes, man, I stopped caring about that a long time ago. Once I started kind of seeing what was really going on, like, I kind of started trying to move away from that. Like, we will still pester the ponies just because they kind of deserve it. But I started moving away from that just because I know that, like, I could see like the 30 frames per second coming back. I could see the sub 1080p coming back. Like, I could see all of this stuff starting to materialize. And I was like, ooh, man, I don't know about this. I do not know about this. So it's either sit here and be mad all the time, or just accept it. If I want better, I have to pay for the PC. If I can accept the other thing, it's probably better to get a 1440p monitor and just continue to be a console gamer. Because I do think you could still 100% have an amazing time on these consoles if you get a 1440p monitor. Like I do, I think you could get an amazing time. These LG TVs, they definitely do help, and I do kind of think they are worth it, but at the same time, ooh, a 1440p monitor, OLED monitor might actually be good too, and just have your beautiful visuals the whole time. So that's basically my struggle right now. I'm kind of struggling, I got I'm feeling like I'm leaning more towards the PC guy. I've been covering it now for a whole month straight, and I don't want anybody to feel left out. Like, I don't want anybody to feel left out, and I do apologize for the way that the content's kind of been skewed more towards PC. But I am going to try to start doing, more console stuff again, so that we can get some more stuff out there. But I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for watching all this content. I hope you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next one.